Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be talking about how to create this kind of UI with the help of PageView widget in Flutter. Basically we will be developing this kind of UI where you will see image with some text, and when you will scroll it will be scrolled like page view. For this I have used PageView builder. So for this, stay tuned with us. Let's start coding right after this intro. So this is my home screen, and I'm calling this home screen from my main function. This I'm using app bar, center title is true, and as a title I'm using text widget. And also I will provide background color to this scaffold, and let's take colors dot purple and the shade of 100, and inside the app bar text it is Flutter page view, and let me provide this styling also, text style. Basically I'll provide some color, so color dot white, that's it. And the background of app bar color I'm using colors dot purple with the shade of 300. Okay, and inside body I'm using center, and inside this as a child I'm calling this class sliding card view. I have create separate class for this. This is the class sliding card view, and let me do coding for this. This is stateful kind of widget, and here I'm creating page controller by the name page controller. And then importing some predefined functionality init state. Here I'll initialize our controller, which is page controller, and viewport fraction initially I'm using 0.8. I will change this value and will show the effect what will happen when I will change the value of viewport fraction. So on dispose, again we will have to dispose the controller, so page controller dot dispose. Now let's jump into the build function. It is returning size box. It is a root widget for build function. So height I'm taking here media query of context dot size dot height multiplied by 0.55. so I want to show page view in the center, so I'm using center widget in home screen, and height is 0.55, and after that child will be page view dot builder and item builder. Obviously it will take context and index, curly braces, and here we will have to return, but before that I will have to add item count. So for this I have created demo card data array, and we have created separate model for that. So let's code that. This is the separate class for our data, which will come statically here. When you will work with API, then you can get these data from server. For now, I'm using here card data model and taking two values, name and image, and this image is coming from the asset. Basically, I'm adding here 10 elements. So after that, this for fifth one, this is the sixth one, seventh, eighth, nine, and this one is the last one. I've taken image from the assets. So for this, my pictures are in the assets folder, and here are the images directly in the assets folder. You will have to make this alignment. When you are using asset image, you will have to use the proper alignment that I'm using here. So we are done with card data model. Now here we will have to add clip behavior dot none and controller PageView controller PageController, sorry. Now we will return our UI for image and text. So initially I'm taking container and clip behavior clip.none and the margin constant I'm providing to avoid warning lines. Edge insets only from the top I want margin. So left and right 8 respectively. In the bottom I want 24. Decoration, box decoration will provide some box shadow, colors and all. So color for this container I'm using colors.purple with the shade of 200, and border radius we will have to apply corner radius. So border radius not circular, and we want to apply border radius with 32 value from all four sides, and the box shadow for box shadow I'm using box shadow with color will be black, with opacity 0.4, that would be fine. And for offset value 8 and 20, and blur radius 24. We will change the value later to show you the effect of this. And now I'm adding child here, and as a child I'm adding column, and we will place our image and text inside this column. So it will take children. The type would be widget, and we will add this big bracket, and inside that clip our rect for providing corner radius to the image asset, border radius, dot vertical. Let me provide the value top radius dot circular, and 32 would be this value, and the child image dot asset for showing our asset image. So our image will come from the same array. So asset is common here, so I'm adding slash, and the dollar mark will show the value. So demo card data array, and then we'll pass the index here. Next dot this image, the height for the image I'm taking media query of context dot size dot height multiplied by 0.4. You can adjust height width of the image from here, and the width, I want my image to take the full width of its parent widget, so I'll apply media query of context dot size dot width, and fit will be box fit dot fill. So this part, image part, is done, and rest of the content is for text. So here I'm providing some gap between image and text, so I'm using size box with a height of 8, and here I'm using expanded widget, and inside this I'll use text widget for showing our text, and again I'll use, before that let me align my text to the center, and I'll use demo card data array for the text value, demo card data, and we'll pass the index here dot name. So we will be able to get name from this, and let me provide some styling because our text is quite bold. So text style, and we'll increase the font size also. So font weight dot value of 600. Font size I'm using 20 here. So let me run my code for now. Now it is looking good. And again there are few parameters on which you can play with that. So box shadow, I'll increase the value 0.7. As you can see, the shadow is changing with the help of this opacity, and also blur radius is also changing. Now shadow is appearing to be darker one for now after changing the value. So you can change this value and you can get your desired UI output. And there is one more thing, viewport fraction. So now I'm changing it and you will see the difference. I'm using 0.4. This is used for showing the particular page view how much area will be visible to the user, like this. Now I'm using 0.4. As you can see, more than one page is visible to the user. Now if I will use 1, then you will see maximum value is 1 here. So I'm using 1. Now you will see there is single card appearing to the user at one time. So you can increase and decrease this value according to your requirement. I will put the code on GitHub and will share the link with you. And make sure you do subscribe to our channel, like the video. Hope to see you next time in our next video.